All right, guys, we're back at it with another real versus fake. And as you can tell, I'm on a roll this week. Been catching up on a lot of this stuff for you guys. So we have the Jordan 4 RMs, the Nigel Sylvester collab, as we see here, guys, the Bike Air, which I think is what elevated the sale for this particular shoe on the commercial sense of things, no question. This is the gray pair. It is not the green, it's the gray pair. Unfortunately, many of us were unable to go ahead and obtain the green pair. But nonetheless, let's get to it today. We have the authentic here and the replicated here. You can probably tell already. You see this box is smaller than the authentic, which is typical. These are both a size 12, by the way. Also, the black here, as you see, it's kind of got an interesting fading to it, as you can see. Obviously, the authentic, probably a better quality ink, print job, so forth. I'm not trying to nitpick here, but we're just calling out differences. That's all we're doing. We're just calling differences out. We're not calling which is better, which is not better, and so forth. But let's go ahead. We're going to get into it. We're going to start off with the box labels, of course, as we always do. And we're going to move forward to the shoes here shortly. So here's the authentic label. Yeah, Nike did me dirty, guys. Damaged box is what it is, right? Happens on both spectrums of the world. But here we are, Air Jordan 4 RM SP for a special project. You see the color description. You see the UPC here. Obviously crisp and clear, as I always say. So this is the authentic. Now let's have a look at the replicated label. Here we are with the replicated label. Here, Jordan 4 MSP, as the previous label showed. Actually, everything on this label is spot on. The only difference is the UPC code. The last 3 digits does not match the first label that we saw a moment ago, the authentic one. Yeah, the UPC does not match. Does that mean it's technically the wrong UPC? Who knows? Because a lot of these UPCs aren't just on the domestic side of things, you know. These shoes are sold in many other countries of the world, so could be a difference of a UPC. But with that, that's just one difference. And now let's go ahead and move to the stickers. And one thing I wanted to point out before I show you the stickers, the red on the replicated box is darker than the authentic. Again, just a difference I'm calling out here. So here we go. Here is the replication stickers. Here's the authentic stickers. Very close. They both feel the same. They both do the same job, right? They're just stickers. But as we really look at them, as you can see here, the Bike Air by Jordan, Bike Air in the middle, and so forth, as you can see, are actually gray on the authentic. But here, everything is black, except the Bike Air by Jordan on the side here. It looks like they actually did try to match that up. But everything else that's supposed to be gray isn't. It's just all black. Bike Air by Jordan, Bike Air by Jordan. The text here is a bit more bolder on the rep than it is on this one here, where it says Bike Air by Jordan on the left side of the sheet. And that is pretty much it. Let me know down below if you see anything else I did not call out. And let's go ahead and move forward to the shoes now. And also, before I forget, yes, guys, they did replicate the internals as well. And as we're about to see right here, replication go, authentic go. And yes, they went as far as messing with replicating, I should say, the internal tissue paper. And the one difference we could see off the bat, it's a darker color, lesser print quality than the authentic we see here. No need to dig further into the tissue paper, guys. Now let's get to the shoes. Okay, so here we are with the shoes now. Authentic here to the right, replication to the left. Don't sell reps as retail. You guys know the drill. If you wear them for the toe, that's your decision. But do not sell reps as retail or scam anybody with that stuff, guys. As hard as it may be, but you know, there's still some good people out there with integrity. So having a look here, you can already see a difference on the authentic. You see it's a nice deep black, a little bit ashy, right? To the left, It is a deep black. It is a little bit ashy, maybe not as ashy as you can tell. And also it does, now on the camera, it gives this sort of like a greenish tint to it, like a haze of a greenish haze. In all honesty, in person, not looking through the lens of this 4K camera, you actually don't really see that. You really don't. But I just wanted to make people aware of that. No, if you see this shoe by itself, you're not going to say, oh, it's got a green tint to it. You got to have that authentic next to it. But here we go. We're going to move forward now. And we got the authentic here in the right hand. And we got the rep here in the left. And you can see, obviously, number one, the color difference. The toe box is different as well. On the rep to the left, it looks a little bit more aerodynamic than it does to the right. Looks like a tad, I mean, literally a tad slimmer, but I think it's more of the construction above the stitching on where the mudguard starts from the top versus the retail to the right. You see the swooshes there, they're similar. Now with the authentic here versus the replication here, the swoosh hook is a little bit different and not as thick around as you see. See how like the hook here's a little thick, here it's a bit thinner. So the swooshes are different. Again, you got a lot more transition going on the upper material of the authentic to the right, but it is as well on the left here on the replication. Let's have a look at the sock liners now on the replication, which is quite interesting to me. You can actually see there's like these lines here going across the sock liner. You don't really see that on the rep. They're there. There we go. Excuse me, on the authentic. But they are there, just not as apparent than it is on the actual replication here on the left. They both obviously have the internal red insoles. Again, the shoe was a little bit overscaled on the replica to your left. You see how big this patch is here versus this one here to the right. Let's look at the lettering on the Bike Air on the right of the authentic. To the left, pretty close. Again, the tongue, this area here is a little bit poofier. And also, again, it's got this pattern, crisscross pattern on it, whereas the authentic doesn't. Tough stuff to see, guys. This is tough. This is not the easiest thing to see. Let's have a look at the stars. Looks like they matched that up. It's a little bit overscaled on the rep to the left versus to the right on the authentic. The stars are a little bit smaller. Look a little bit of a cleaner look per se to them. All right, let's have a look now at the Bike Air on the back. And as you can see here, the rep, which I noticed, it's very close to the midsole to the bottom, as you see the spacing on the authentic to the left. So what they did with this replication, it's definitely a bit underscaled. They're trying to get more and more closer to the retail. But then mistakes like this, where as you can see, the pull tab here is a little bit of a bigger size than it is here to the left. See, it's a bit bigger here on the rep. Now the E, let's see, what is this? Yep, looks like, is that paint or? Yep, looks like, okay, that's glue. Okay, that's just glue on the letter E, guys, on the replication here. So I'll clean that up later. That's just glue there. But anyway, the Bike Air looks like they kind of knocked that out. Looks like it's pretty spot on. Again, there's the pattern. Crisscross, the squares are bigger here on the rep and smaller on the authentic, of course. Got the Jumpman there on the corner. And here it's off for sure. It's a little bit too far away from it and a little bit crooked. And the Jumpman's not as clean as the authentic, but it is a skinnier version, as you can see. And let's have a quick look at the medial here. Again, there is, like I said, there's definitely structure issues. They both have 3 air units in the posts, so they definitely probably did obtain the authentic to replicate it. See this, the holes here are smaller, and here they're larger on the rep, as you can see. And again, anything you guys see that I didn't call out, let me know in the comments down below. I'm doing this with you on the fly. I did not prepare and write down a bunch of differences and go through it like that with you guys. All right. And now let's go ahead and have a look at the other shoes here. Got the Authentic here on the left, Rip to the right. And as we can see the differences there, again, a little bit of some structure differences. The swoosh, same thing with the swoosh. You see in the Authentic, it's a thinner swoosh hook versus the Rep you see there. Toe box is a little bigger. Looks a little bigger on the Rep here in the right, on my right hand. Again. Okay, so it looks like you do have a little bit on the Authentic of that crisscross square pattern. It's just very faint. Rep, it's a lot more apparent. The Bike Air by Air Jordan lettering is near identical from the Authentic to the Rep. I'll give them that. And let's have a look here at the rear. Again, the rear, see, no spacing from there to midsole, barely any. And on the Authentic, you got a large space, so it's a good way to maybe authenticate. And then we got smaller squares on the Authentic, bigger squares on the left. Bike Air, pretty much identical, even though the B here, let me make sure it's not the way I'm positioning it. Yeah, the B here is a little off, the letter B. It's not as sharp or italicized as this one. I'm nitpicking here, but I'm just calling out differences, guys. And here we go again. Authentic. Let's see here. We got the smaller holes in the Rep. We got bigger holes there. And I'm just having a look here to kind of see what else maybe I can structurally call out. It's not that easy, guys. It's really not easy doing these videos, trust me. Let's have a look at the outsole, which I'm pretty sure are going to be identical. And they are. Definitely are. And that's where we're going to leave it, guys. When it comes to these Bike Airs, again, thanks for hanging out in the video. And like I said, in the comments below, let me know what else you see that I didn't catch or call out. Because these real first fakes can be very tricky to the naked eye. So it's really tough kind of calling every detail out by yourself. But with that, hope you enjoyed the video. Again, don't sell reps as retail. Don't scam anybody. And with that, y'all know what it is. We out.